What's dark web? And that's for fucking pedos and stuff, isn't it?
We lost 2 of our listeners. 4 left now.
I had Alistair over him to win by knockout.
It was nice and fucking straight until you fucking touched it.
You said chocolate down on the hip.
Yeah, you were bad at it.
Get down, baby.
Let's go podcast. Woo!
Are we podcasting now?
I'll turn it back on. What's happening?
How's David?
Right.
Don't fucking trust me. You just been shouting on your phone.
Size of my fucking head, don't it?
What?
Cut my head, like.
What's that from?
I don't know. Cut it on something.
It looks like needle mark.
Oh yeah, because everyone injects heroin into the skull.
Well, best way to hide it.
But no, if I'm going, yeah.
We going now?
Well, if you're going to be on the phone, I'll go and read.
Alright, bring me some sweets.
No, I'm just going to get a voice back.
He was in camp.
Yeah, I'm just back in work today, so I need more sugar in my system, energy levels and shit.
How was it?
Busy, to be honest. Busy.
Gaming machines have been in demand.
Loads of stuff's happening, mate. To be honest, we've got to get all glass and stuff ready for the arcades, separate machines, all that. Software's going to be updated. Machines that haven't been turned on for 4 months will be turned on, and they're all blowing fuses.
Sounds Sounds complicated. Well,
yeah,
a bit like.
She got me both.
Nice. I'm trying to find an angle where like fucking Butterbean's kid. Like.
Jim, don't come to bed. I'll bring Ruby presents upstairs.
Where are they? Why can't you move out?
Is that the new dog, is it?
No, it's just one that's wandering off the street, mate.
Fuck off.
So what's happening in David's world?
Not a lot, mate. Working as usual, like. You are?
Sorry, sweet. So you snuck out a podcast, didn't you?
Yeah, I was bored, to be honest.
Because I seen someone saying, put that 25-minute podcast up. I was like, what's he on about? So
I was just in the van, bored. So I just, I don't know, it's not something I really do, but
I started listening to all that.
I wouldn't bother, mate. It's just me fucking moaning for 25 minutes.
Yeah, well, I'm used to that, but
yeah, extended periods usually.
So you okay though?
Yeah, all right. Same as usual.
What drugs are they giving you?
Some funny fucking name that, you know what I mean, mental people take.
Any good?
I looked in the middle thing. Ciaran's in the middle for me, and you were on the bottom, right? And I'm talking to you. I glanced. I would look like you were bonging, ain't honest to God. What he's ripping a corn. I don't know if they're any good yet. I've only been taking a couple of days.
Oh, it's not like instant side effects and stuff.
No. I've been clenching my jaw more. It's fucking weird. I mean, honest to God. A couple of hours after I took the first one, I was laying in bed. I was like,
emotion suppressors or something, eh?
I don't know what they are, mate. He just told me to fucking like Prozac, right?
No.
Whatever Prozac is.
What's been happening there? Other than that, there's not much to talk about. We should have done more podcasts, but I've been very busy in lockdown. Funny enough.
I don't know how. Well, drinking. We've been doing a lot, haven't we? Judging by your tweets, like.
On the weekends,
But getting a bit heavy, is it?
Yeah, I had a drink Saturday we had like a garden party for someone, not in our house, in someone's house. And I was at then because it was 9 weeks on Sunday then, so if the event goes ahead. Like, but
Should be now. England are slacking like that, aren't they?
yeah, but there's a difference between slacking up and then having crowds in place, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Like Cage Warriors have booked a 3-day event in September, and they're talking to me behind closed doors.
Yeah. Well, they got the money. Like, they've got more money than you've got to have some mega bucks to do behind. I think we talked about this before to me. To do it behind closed doors.
Yeah, I was trying to get on a show in Liverpool called Portobello.
Yeah.
Because they're doing shows behind closed doors. But by sounds of things, they got some backing because they do shows in Brazil as well.
Pro Bellum, is it?
Port Bellum, is there something like that? Pro Bellum.
Yeah, something like that.
I've spoken to the promoter and I just said, "Oh, look, I'm available," and they're like, "Oh, can't pay much, mine." I was like, "Yeah, don't care. Just give me a hotel room tonight."
You just want to fight now, doesn't he?
Yeah, fucking, I haven't fought since. This has got to be like the longest time since I was pro boxing. It's got to be. What's it been now? It'll be a year in November, so it'll be 9 months in September.
Yeah, you normally have one every, 2 months?
Yeah, I think I had 6 last year and 6 the year before.
Fucking hell. That's, so this is the longest you haven't punched. Oh, and then again, have you been punching people in the face?
Yeah, I sparred Rocky Morgan. Well, when we were training on John's Garden, we were doing like Dutch drills. It was like tappy. It wasn't proper sparring, and we were doing a little bit of curses as well. But then I done like proper sparring with Rocky. Oh, 1 second, the dogs were trying to escape. What are you doing? Either not last Tuesday, the Tuesday before was the first one, and we were both like, yeah, we've been training flat out. We're both fit, and then sparring like it was different level, like blowing after like 2 rounds and stuff. Because you're just not used to being it and stuff again.
It's going to take some time, innit?
Well, I think we sparred the Thursday, the Tuesday, and then I went to Crocker's on Saturday and done some rounds with him and his brother. Corona. I was meant to spar tomorrow, but they're sending me to Birmingham to do a job. So I'm going to probably come back with coronavirus.
Possibly.
Yeah, leaving. Fuck off. Leaving. Leaving like one of the safest countries in the world now to go into one of the most infected countries in the world.
Yeah, it's you should use an excuse and go on fucking going.
Yeah, I got to, mate. It's my job, innit?
Furlough me for another 2 weeks.
Yeah, they're starting to recall everyone, and so they can't really unless they've got underlying health issues.
Yeah, it's true. It's been happening, Key.
Oh, not much. Just doing the bits and bobs for KO TV, doing the social media and working on a few things. Sort of behind the scenes type of thing.
Are they? So they are just on YouTube now. That's right, isn't it?
No, they're on.
I fell off the chair.
No, they're on. They got their own website, KOTV.tv. Got the app which you can download to your phone. They're on. This is on Free Sport TV, Sky 422.
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah, and they're still like an international boxing show, still shown in probably half a dozen countries all over the world.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Just
If you had the app, David, you'd know.
True. I didn't know he was in other countries.
What? If you got an app, it's in like every country, unless it's like.
I'm on about fucking TV, man.
Yeah, the app at the moment is totally unrestricted, so any country in the world you can get the app to work.
And probably not China though. They'll probably take information off you.
Well, but as far as I know, the app is totally unrestricted at the moment. So they say.
Yeah.
I'm hearing feedback on this. Is it because I haven't got headphones in?
I don't know. It seems to be that when there's 2 of us, this is fine. As soon as there's 3, there's a bit of static for some reason.
Yeah,
there's
hang on.
the third wheel. Fuck. All right.
Keep talking. I'll get headphones, see if it works.
I'm not hearing any feedback.
No, I think it's normally from Dai's phone for some reason. But
What
again,
phone is that,
I can hear off myself now, actually.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
I can only see one person.
Oh, okay.
Can I change it to see other people? Don't press too many buttons. Minimize meeting. Oh no, wait, there's on that. Virtual background. What virtual backgrounds I got?
Can you do virtual background on your phone?
Yeah, same haircut.
Or do I get the background on my phone?
Oh God, Joe.
So what do you think, James, are going to be the main issues for fighters going back into whether it be a cage or a boxing ring after limited training, limited sparring, limited physical contact with the trainers, etc.?
I spoke about this, right? Like I've been lucky enough to be training with, to do a bit of training with John, who's obviously fighting at the highest level in the UFC, and we've been going for like late night power walks out and cut weight and stuff, and we've been training out his garden, because he's got like a garage that's not finished, so we put some bags up, we got some mats from the gym, we're doing as much as we can, but I think, like, depending on where you are and what country you're in, it could be an advantage. Like America, their lockdown restrictions are even more of a joke than the UK's lockdown restrictions. So they're probably carrying on as normal. I haven't heard much about other countries. Like I think John's like fighting like a guy from, I think he's either from like Croatia or somewhere like that. And you don't hear about like other countries, what their restrictions are like. You don't know if the gyms are open. You don't know. So it's unknown. Some people could have an advantage over you, but most of the guys fighting in the UFC or that high level, they do train all the time. They're pretty much, they'll do something. And I suppose if you've got sparring partners who are willing to come travel and spar with you, behind closed doors or in the gardens or on the beaches, it's pretty much the same. I think everyone is going to be in the same type of boat. It's a different world, but yeah, I think it's more to do with like sparring than anything would be, the hardest thing that you have probably had the sparring you would have had before, because whether that's some of your sparring partners can't, Don used to train in Ireland, then he with SPG, and that's gym for the killers. So he's maybe not gone from, maybe he's not had that sort of environment around him. But I don't know. I think everyone's different. Like for me, I'd say it's like I've sparred for like 2 weeks now, so I feel I'm getting back into it. But maybe some of these fighters haven't had that extra sparring, but then some don't. So it's it could just be like a normal camp for some people.
It's interesting that Nigel Benn, that I think for a lot of his fights, especially the last few years of his career, he didn't do any sparring at all, really. Before his fight with McClellan, he didn't do any sparring on his fight. Well, the last 3-4 fights of his career, or hardly any.
I've heard that about. I think Dai said before on one of our earlier podcasts, he was listening to an MMA guy who says, "Oh, I don't take any punches in camp." He said, "No, I know."
It's Cerrone stopped sparring, and Robbie Lawler stopped sparring as well.
Yeah, Cerrone fights every other week though, so he doesn't need sparring.
They're like you, really.
Yeah, he has like an 11-day turnaround, so he doesn't need sparring.
But James needs to spar just to try and remember what sport he's doing, whether it's boxing, BKB, MMA.
Oh, it was funny. I think I sparred Tuesday with Rocky, and then Wednesday I sparred K1 rounds, and I had to go southpaw and throw kicks. So I was just like, for fuck. Yeah. So yeah, bit of a mix-up.
What I was going to ask you, and you talking about John, what's his natural fitness like? Because some fighters only train for a fight. Other fighters then train 12 months of the year. Do you know what I mean? So what's John? one of these that only trains when he's got a fight? Or
No, he's not a big fan of training. I think anyone sort from like the old school of fighting, because I don't think when we were younger, like boxing, we used to train, like, we used to get beasted, we used to kill ourselves. So he's like me a little bit, like he'd rather just fight. If we could just get away with not training in a fight, he would. But when he, even outside of camp, he's always doing something, whether that's like wrestling and jits. And then when he's doing something, he does it to the extreme. Like I went down with the first time training and we were doing like a weight session. I was like, right, got to do 100 of each reps. And I was like, yeah, but I can't do 100 reps. Like, don't worry, break it into like groups of 15 and we'll wait for you. So then break it into groups of 4, break it into groups of 2, break it into groups of 1. How many got left to do, Lil? 96. But he's the type of person, like, once he gets going, he'll flat out train. I think, obviously, because of like the restrictions, he's been a little bit restricted on what he can do. So instead of like training maybe 2 or 3 times a day, like an hour and a half session each, he does do like a big session, 3-4 hours. Sometimes he'll be down his garden doing different things, run, wrestling drills, weights, bag work, and then in the night he'll do like a jog or a walk or cycling. And he's fit. He's super fit all the time, and he's just got like that beast mentality. Once he's doing something, he's got to do as much of it as he can. So yeah, so I'd say he's always fit out of camp. But again, he's the type of person who could lay on a sofa for 3 months, get up, and he'd be ready to punch you in the face. Like,
was it more important for a striker in MMA to get sparring than a wrestler or a grappler?
I don't know. It's
just with the timing and that type of thing, to time your shots.
You lose your sharpness of grappling as well. So you'll know, if someone's more experienced than you, a higher belt, then he's got more technique. He's probably gonna know a few more, a lot more moves than you, a lot more things. But it's about sharpness as well. Like sometimes you can close down someone who's better than you with jits. They can't do anything. Close them down and stay on your feet. So you've got to have the sharpness as well. Like wrestling, like John does a lot of wrestling with dodge. You've been doing a lot of groundwork and ground rounds just to get a sharpness up, because I've been there before where you've not maybe grappled for 2-3 months and you lose your sharpness and you forget, someone's got to hold your leg and you should have got your leg weight. But it's just like boxing. It's just a different. It's just not, you're on the ground rather than punching. It's all sharpness. So I think they're equally the same. I wouldn't have said that like 5 or 6 years ago before I really got into sort of the groundwork, but yeah, it's just it's the same type of sharpness.
Yeah, with like grappling and jiu-jitsu and stuff, I think it's the more you do it, you see things coming. You know what your opponent's going to do, or you will put them in a position where what their next move is going to be because of the position they're in now, and that you put them in. So you set them up basically, and like James said, you only see things coming because, like you said, then perfect example. If someone's got, say, your ankle, you might have a split second chance to get out of that. Otherwise, it's too late. They've locked it on. It's game over. So obviously, the more rounds you do, the more you're grappling, the quicker you're going to see it and be able to react to a bad situation possibly. So yeah, it's super important. I think they go hand in hand. There's no real like I need to spar more with sparring. I need to spar more with striking. It's exactly the same with any ground game as well. I think you just got to get the rounds in.
And Brett John's in action as well, I believe. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, we got 4 Welsh guys signed and 3 of them are on Fight Island. So yeah, we got a nice representation. I think Jack and John are on the same card, and I think Brett's on the card on the 18th. So yeah, it's good that they're all out there. By what the videos I've seen and the way the restrictions are, I don't think they're going to have much interaction with each other. Like I just spoke to John now. He's in his hotel room and he's not allowed to leave there for 48 hours. He can't even, like, all the boys are in separate rooms to him. He's not allowed to speak to them. So he's been posting videos on Instagram. He's bored. There's like a little menu you can order off in the room. which doesn't look appetizing when I've just smashed down a 12-inch pizza. But yeah, it's just like I said to him, this is the stuff because of the way the world is. You've got to go through, and he's in sort of the Premier League of fighting, so you're going to do it. Yeah, it's a mad situation. Like I think all the fighters there now getting the test in London. I'm sure if they all don't have any issues, should be flying out in a couple of days.
Yeah, they'd oh sorry, Keith.
Go on now, Dave.
They'd like you said, the 48 hours. So they have a test, pass that test, stay in a hotel, on their own, 48 hours before they get on the flight. When they get to Abu Dhabi, then they have another test to make sure. And I think they have another 48 hours in Abu Dhabi before they're allowed out and walk around there. So there's no messing around. You know what I mean? And there's a couple of people that haven't even made it out. Jack Shaw's first opponent failed a COVID test. Gilbert Burns' main event. Feel a bit sorry for him, to be honest, because he was in the right place at the right time. He fought like 4 weeks ago. Masvidal turned it down because of money. He had just won, battered Tyron Woodley, and he's in the right place at the right time. If it was normal world, I think he would have got a title shot. He's right place, right time, and then he got COVID. So, bit of a piss up for him, really.
He's had 3 fights in 3 months, and he is like something like that.
Yeah, he come up from 55. He lost a couple of 55, went up to 70. He's obviously cutting a lot less weight, and he's an absolute beast at 70. So,
Who did I see him beat? Who was the one he beat before Woodley?
I think it was Damian Maia. Wasn't it? Was it Damian Maia? Am I wrong?
I don't know. I can't remember. He's had 3 really good wins in a row, hasn't he? Though.
Yeah. Surprise! Like he's come out of nowhere. Really. Obviously people knew he was, but he's come out of nowhere as a challenger or a top 5 guy. Like I say, right place, right time. Masvidal turned it down.
The guy who's fighting Nathaniel Wood. I forget his name. He fought the guy who beat Eden James in Brave.
What? That's who Nathaniel Wood's fighting. Is it really? Yeah.
He got offered. A couple of people have pulled out for Jack and Nathaniel Wood, and he got offered the fight. And they said, "Oh, would you fight either of these on Fight Island?" And he said, "Yeah, either of them." So as long as you're ready, those opportunities could come in this, like the place you are at the minute.
It's the right place. Exactly. With the world, there's only a limited amount of fighters that you could choose from.
Yeah.
So, like Jack Shaw's new opponent, Aaron Phillips, he's been in the UFC before, as far as I'm aware. He wasn't in the UFC. He's got a 5-fight win streak, and now he's at the call. So it goes to show that, especially these days, you stay fit and you're ready to go most of the time, then opportunities may come about. Now, what that means for Jack, I don't know, because obviously he's preparing for somebody else. But I mean, they're pretty good. They're more than pretty good up there. They wouldn't take any old fight. Like, I'm pretty sure of that. As far as everything's calculated. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be an hard fight, but after speaking to a couple of people, it's one that most people think you can win.
Going on to the point about taking a fight and being in the right place at the right time, I went through a podcast the other week about, what's his name, a cornerman who wouldn't pull his guy out.
Oh, it was the Fury, man. Mark Breland.
Yeah,
No. So you're on with the UFC fighter, is it?
You're on with the UFC fighter, are you?
Yeah, he was fighting Barboza, wasn't he?
No. Which one are you on about? Are you on about the one the other day who was saying, I want to quit? Yeah, he wasn't fighting Balbo. No, he was fighting some low-level UFC guy. But I know what you mean.
Yeah, so let's talk about it.
Okay, go on.
You went on and you said you should never corner again.
Yeah, pretty much. I can't remember his name now. He's a big jiu-jitsu guy. I can't remember his fucking name. The cornerman. He's pure jiu-jitsu. Pardon?
David something? Ginzavar. It's Ginzavar. Revlod.
Not Reeland. Reedwald. Anyway, it don't matter. Regardless, I can't remember. He's a big jiu-jitsu guy. He's very good. But as far as I'm on these things, I talk to Dino a lot. He's an encyclopedia, he knows everybody. And he was saying, yeah, he said that's what happens when a pure jiu-jitsu guy runs your corner.
I disagree.
How
Now-
can you disagree?
Right. You're 1-on-1, right? Going into the final round. Okay?
He doesn't know that, though.
What? His
He doesn't
corner
know
told
that.
him in the corner. They said, win this last round and he won the fight. Don't get me wrong, he might have taken some damage and he's thinking in his head, oh, I can't do this. So I wouldn't have pulled you out the first time someone says call it. I would try and get them going. Like they could just be having a bad 5 minutes. Well, not bad, like 30 seconds.
Agree, right? He could, like, there have been instances where fighters sort of, for a split second, gone, I can't do it. This guy repeatedly asked. They didn't just go, he always makes sure. If say I cornered you and you said to me, I'm done. I'd ask you, I'd stay calm, I'd ask you again. I'd ask you to confirm that. And I will be that. Now because I give you that chance to change your mind. But this corner guy asked him, I think it was 11 times. He told him 11 times to call it. Like, I'm out, I'm done. Once a fighter says he's done, he's done. He's the guy in there. He's done.
Nah. This is your chance, man. He's probably never going to fight in the UFC again, no?
Okay, but he knows that when he's making the choice. He knows his body or his mind. He had a rough second round. He knows his body or his mind. I'm done. Maybe it's his first fight in the UFC. It's his chance. Maybe he's gone in there and he's gone, I'm not my depth there. This is too early for me.
Yeah, maybe fighting's not for him then.
No, maybe the UFC at this particular time isn't for him. Maybe he's not ready for it. No, what? You want him to go out there? He's clearly not in a position to carry on, whether it be his mental,
He was
mentally or physically.
He wasn't slurring.
But if you don't think you can win the fight, what's the point of being in the fight? You've given up. If you've mentally given up, or your body's physically given up, the next round he's guaranteed to take damage he doesn't need to take because he isn't going to win that round. He's already admitted to himself that he's going to lose the fight. So he's going to lose the fight, whether it be by decision and taking an hiding or stoppage. So why do it?
Because he's got teeny weeny little balls.
I think it's a fine line, isn't it? There's no, I don't think there's a right and a wrong, because just use an example from boxing, when the Cassius Clay fought Sonny Liston, I think it was round 5. Cassius Clay obviously went up to Muhammad Ali, wanted to quit the fight because his eyes were stinging.
That's right, yeah.
And in between the rounds, Angelo Dundee put his finger in Cassius Clay's eye and put his finger into his own eye, and he could feel his eye burning. So Clay was saying, look, quit. If you look at the videos, you see him, he says, look, quit, call the fight off, pull me out. But Dundee just sent him out and said, look, just run for 3 minutes. And by the end of that 6th round then, his eyes were clearing, and he went on to become the most famous sportsman of all time.
That's slightly different, though. He wanted to quit because he'd been cheated. He knew that there's going to be put on the glove and his eyes were burning.
He wanted to quit because he couldn't see David. He was blind.
He didn't quit because he didn't think he could win.
Yeah, but he was blind.
Different.
He was blind in both fights. You want to send a man who's blind in both fights out the fight, but
I haven't said that.
who's talking to me and says, I quit. That's it.
I haven't said I'd send him out. I asked you, when you come back, when you fought, I remember his fucking name, Liverpool, you come back at the end of the second and you said I broke on my hand. I knew that's not, if I had gone, all right, do you want me to pull it? And you've gone, yeah, I'd have asked you again, are you sure? Right? I know you though, so I know you ain't going to quit. So that's why I said, what the fuck do you want me to do? Don't throw it. Throw it to the body if you're going to throw it.
I think in the case of this UFC guy, whose name I can't remember, he did seem distressed and he didn't seem comfortable in the fight.
No, he was
whether it wasn't the case that he's never going to be that highest level of caliber MMA fighter, but he just didn't seem comfortable that he wanted to carry on for whatever reason.
You've just got to say, fuck it. I'm here now. I got my ass handed to me in the second round. I'm just going to fucking put my head down and swing. Just fucking go out.
Yeah, but I guess that's where the difference with guys who go on to be all-time greats make it to be all-time greats, and guys who perhaps don't quite get to that level fall by the wayside.
Like, if I was going to be like that, I'd be like William Dafoe in Platoon. I'd be running out the jungle, everyone shooting me, my chest exploding, the music playing in the background. That's what I would do. That's the type of person I would be. Not, oh, let's call it a day. No.
Yeah, but it doesn't make, like Ciaran said, there's a difference between championship level and a very, very good fighter. Because let's be honest, if you're in the UFC, the roster's what, 500? You must be in the 0.1% best fighters in the world. Simple as that. So if you're in the UFC, if they call you up, granted, right? Like, perfect example, right place, right time. This COVID time, you might not have normally got a call up. Might not normally have got it. So again, you might not have been ready. But when the UFC come calling, more often or not, you take the fight, unless, like, Jack, I think Jack turned him down once or twice before he was ready. But like I say, it could have been too soon.
And just another example, just to show there is no right or wrong. In the Thriller in Manila, the legend has it that
Joe Frazier pulled him out in the last round.
yeah, Joe Frazier's cornermen stopped the fight, and Muhammad Ali asked Andrew Dundee to stop the fight. Please stop it. And obviously,
Yeah, well,
Ali won the fight, and Frazier lost.
what they say is that Ali wouldn't have come out for the final round, but he'd already shows. I know where
Eddie Fetch.
That's the one. Yeah, but he had already said, "I can't send you outside."
Joe was blind too.
And Joe wanted to go out.
Yeah.
That's what
I
Joe
think
did.
as well in Muhammad Ali's corner was the like the Nation of Islam, the Black Muslims were basically calling the shots because they were the ones who actually stopped the fight against Larry Holmes in the 10th round. Yeah, it was the guy in charge of the Nation of Islam told Andrew Dundee to stop the fight after the 10th round, even though Ali had taken a pounding for 10 rounds in that fight. Horrific beating.
We've seen enough. Anyway, we'll leave that subject as a neutral ground because obviously I'm right and Dai's wrong, but you know.
I don't know. It depends. Well, obviously, viewpoint. Coach's number one priority is the fighter's health. End of chat. Everything comes second to that. So, you know what I mean? That's all you got to fighters fight. Granted, I understand that, and I know what he's saying. You can't understand his mentality.
Would Mickey have pulled Rocky out?
So give me one more round, Mickey. Or one more. Cut me, Mick.
I can see through them. Hit the middle one.
But no, but at the same time, Mickey knew when Rocky shouldn't take fights as well. He told him not to take on top of line, didn't he? Told him. So, but he didn't listen. Fighters fight. Look out for your fighter if you're a coach.
So anyway, guys, speaking of boxing, some Welsh boys got some fights coming up on Eddie Hearn's fight camp. Gavin Gwynn fighting, I think, James Tennyson.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about Tennyson. I've heard of him. I probably on the matchroom shows. I have watched him on the undercards probably, but I've seen a lot of Gavin. But I was quite surprised how well Gavin done against Joe Godina. In all honesty, I much like Gavin. Thought Joe would be way too much for him, but although Joe won on points, fairly comfortably, but he showed some signs in that, and I thought, Christ, he's doing a lot better than I thought he's going to run. Because all the times I've watched him, he's never, I think, what's his knockout? Two knockouts, something like that?
Yeah, he only had a few knockouts.
Yeah, so more often than not, when you used to watch him, I didn't think he carried too much power, and you know it's going to go to points. So we lost him again every week.
Yeah, but that James Tennyson stopped Craig Evans from Blackwood.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure he boxed a Welsh one. I can't think of the name, but yeah, I remember. Was that over in Ireland?
I'm not 100% sure. I think it was on like one of the Facebook undercards, actual undercards on Facebook. So the fight didn't get the publicity it deserved, really, because it was a cracking scrap.
Yeah, are they? I've only read like I try and stay away from matchroom stuff because Dai's mates always piping up about it, so I try to avoid it. But what are they doing? Are they actually going to stay at the HQ or?
I think they're staying in a hotel nearby. and then they're going to be
the same type of thing with UFC. Then obviously they're having COVID tests and making sure.
Yeah. And limited number of cornermen.
Yeah, this is like that. That's why I think. Obviously, the BKB have announced a load of shows, and they've been given obviously the green light by the O2 to start advertising it, start saying tickets are going to be out soon, etc. But I don't know if the lockdown's going to be easy enough for it. Obviously, I'm aiming for the date. I'm going to train, going to tell people to come watch whatever. Like I should, I've booked hotels and that. But I don't know. It's a strange world, to be honest, because people aren't even allowed to go in theatres to watch plays at the minute. It's just mad. I don't understand how we're going to show.
I think with the BKB as well, they rely on the gate money more than Matchroom or the UFC.
Yeah, they're huge companies in the UFC and Matchroom. They'll get, if they got a certain number of fighters on the card with names, people will pay to watch it, or they've got a contract with Sky Sports that covers it. It's and even like Cage Warriors, who have got like a smaller contract with UFC Fight Pass, they put a couple of big names in like domestic MMA on. People would probably pay $3.99, $4.99 to watch it for the night on an app or something. So yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be as I said, like I'm carrying on as normal for a minute, but it'd be weird to see what's gonna go on.
Yeah, and I think Nathan Thorley as well from Cardiff. He's going to fight.
Commonwealth title, isn't it? Commonwealth belt.
Yeah, Commonwealth. Yeah.
He's I've said it on you for how long have you been doing it? 3 years.
More than that, no, probably not.
Yeah, I've said it on you from day one. I said it on you since day one that big fan of Foley. I watched his, I think it was his debut, and he had the guy up on the ropes, and he was cutting angles. His footwork was lovely, throwing in the body shots. And I thought, this guy's fucking. I knew nothing about him, and I thought this guy's fucking good. And so I looked more into it, and obviously Commonwealth Games bronze when it key.
Yeah.
So he's obviously got pedigree, and I watched quite a few, more than half of his fights, because most of them been in Merthyr and Newport, and he's good. So what would he beat for the Welsh title?
Assar, Jamie Assar, or Jermaine Assar from Merthyr on our S4C show.
Oh, he sparked him. Yeah,
he clipped him on top of the head, and his feet did a bit of an alley shuffle, and he went down.
I remember. I'm thinking, who the other guy am I thinking? Ambler? No?
Jamie Ambler.
Jamie Ambler from Aberystwyth, I think.
Yeah. He battered him. He knocked him out.
Yeah.
That was the one, because they were having it right off. Ambler was being a bit of a prick before the fight, wasn't he? And Foley got his back up, and he sparked him, man. That was the one I was thinking of, yeah. But he sparked us hard, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He carries a bit of power, which he didn't show in his early fights. They were all going a distance, majority of them. But then as the round length got longer, he seems to have progressed well and stopped a couple.
Yeah, he's got just got his record up here now. Don't know, I haven't actually. But the guy he's fighting on the Matchroom show, Chris Billingham-Smith, 10-1.
I don't know why. I don't know. What's ours? Like 8-0, 9-0, something like that, is he?
10-1.
He lost. Who did he lose to?
Oh, sorry, the guy he's fighting is 10-1.
Oh, right. What about Thorley?
I think Thorley's about 12. 12, yeah. He's about 12 fights, I think.
Have he had that many now? Yeah.
I'll look it up.
That's about right. Yeah, I've seen about 6, I think, maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah. He didn't box it for a while because he was in like a contract dispute or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, 14 wins, no defeats, 6 wins by knockout.
Yeah, and he started putting them away a bit as well. I don't know whether that's since he's gone to Gary, because he was with Chris Davis, is it?
Chris Davis, yeah.
Monkey, yeah.
Monkey, yeah.
Yeah, because I think it was you told me. I remember early on. It might have been. It would have been with Thorley then. You told me when we were watching at ringside, nudged me and said, "He's the next big trainer." He's a very, very good trainer. And I went up the gym after that when Thorley was training in the morning. John O'Kelly. Remember John Kelly?
Yeah, from Barry, yeah.
Yeah, I think, what do you have, 1 or 2? Bro?
Yeah, they had 2 fights, I think.
Yeah, he was training with Nathan, and who's the youngster that's just turned?
J-Man.
J-Man, he was there as well. He's good. He was an amateur then, but you could see that he had something about him.
Yeah.
But I remember you telling me about Chris. But obviously, he's left Chris and gone with Gary now, and he seems.
I think for people like Chris, problem is, well, James could probably relate to it. Is with Gary, you got so much quality sparring all in house.
Yeah,
and obviously Gary got the connections as well. Obviously, Gary's a very good trainer, probably one of the best in Britain.
Yeah, it's the same with, like, it used to be like either Tony Borg's or Gary's gym. You had so many good fighters in both gyms. They bring you on. You know, you're playing. That does look like a bong.
Doesn't it? If you have a quick glance, it looks like he's ripping a corn.
Yeah. They say, don't they? Iron sharpens iron. So, you know, if you're around killers all the time, you're gonna get better.
Well, look at Chris Jenkins. He was a Ronnie for years. And Ronnie's his uncle, and he had to make that tough choice, because I remember speaking to Chris at the time, and him and Ronnie fell out. I don't know what they're like now. But obviously, Ronnie was a bit miffed that Chris decided to leave. Well, look at Chris now.
Yeah.
Oh, it was tough, but I know Chris was like a bit upset about it. But look at him now. He's proven that it was the right choice. The sparring partners he's going in with, from you've got that tiny little gym with Ronnie. Don't get me wrong, Ronnie is great, and he was a gym full of amateurs, but like Chris was the king of the gym, and he had to travel to get tested. You know what I mean? But he's gone with Gary, and he's tested every day. Every day, you have a bad day, you're going to have a tuna, and as simple as that. So he's proved it's the right move, and Thorley looks like he's doing the same thing, doesn't he?
Here's a question for you boys, based on Chris Jenkins. He put on Facebook today, today I think it was the 7th anniversary of him winning prize fighter.
I just seen it now, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I was up there at prize fighter. I went up there with Paul Boyce's son and Tobias Webb. We shared a car ride up there, watched the fights. Obviously, Chris won it, brilliant atmosphere. Went back to the hotel after the fight. Chris was just running around, throwing money around in his wife's onesie in the hotel reception, going crazy. But I always say that was one of my best experiences in boxing, or definitely up in the top 3. So what would you say is your top 2 or 3 experiences in combat sport? Not necessarily as a fighter, more as a fan or a corner man or a pro press or whatever.
You go, or do you want to have a think about it?
Me?
Do you want to have a think about it? Because I got one straight off the top of my head.
I fucking like loads about other people. Like, obviously, Daniel winning the British title at the BKB. You know, I was chuffed for him. Obviously, John, when he won the BAMA world title, you know, that was a big one. Even though I wasn't there, I was in the UK at the time. That was a big one. You know, again, I wasn't there. JR was getting his world title shot. You know, these are all like boys I've grown up with, and you know, some people could be very bitter about like other people's success, but you know, those, you know, and I don't speak it highly about many people, but you know, those are like proud moments for, you know, just say that they, you know, they're my mates, like, and they're fighting at the top of the world, like. And so
probably a bit more selfish, and I'll pick a couple that I love. My favourite thing, obviously, is no fighting involved really, but there was 3 that spring to mind, right? In no particular order, apart, well, 2 and 3 are in no particular order, put it that way. It'd be Conran and Cage Warriors with Josh. That was surreal, because it wasn't just the Cage Warriors Academy, it was in the Viola Arena. It was on the undercard of Jack Shaw's world title fight against Scott Malone. It was the full cage. Dan Hardy was strutting around backstage while we were ready to go out. Graham Boylan was having a sandwich next to us while we were waiting in the corridor to go to the cage. Bob Plant wrapped Josh's hands. We would just sit, it was only us 4 in the changing room at one point, just Bob Plant telling us stories about being a cutman in the UFC and stuff. So it was surreal. I was like a bit wow. Cornering Lily and BKB in Liverpool. That was a bit. We blushing.
No.
that was surreal, but slightly different because like I used to watch all like obviously the Ultimate Fighter and stuff. I'm sitting there, and then Julian Lane's across, who was in one of the more famous characters in the Ultimate Fighter, to be honest, mainly because he cried a lot. But he was there. Then Robin Black was there. Travis Dickinson walks in, looking like he's about to mug everyone, and I was like, this is pretty mad. You know what I mean? And it was just a good experience. Like we were all me, Lily, Lee, and Dino sitting there, looking like we about to get battered by everyone in the room. And then we goes and meets up with Mike Edwards, John, Dan Lowell, and Jason Williams, and we all like, oh, we're all right now. We're good now. But it's just the old day was good. We were all together all day. Like remember John filming Dino and Costa.
Oh, the riddles.
Riddles.
Oh.
It was just laughing all day. It was a good day. And my number one would be training my friend Bob, his daughter, Chelsea. She come to when me and my brother and Bob were running the amateur gym. She come to the gym. I think Bob just wanted us to watch her for an hour, to be honest, just so he could have an hour off. But she come to the gym at she was about 10, I think, 10, 11. And now we've known her since she was born. And from very early on to like crying in the ring when she's sparring, freaking out a little bit, a couple of tantrums, and then 18 months later, she won the Open Welsh Fest then. She was a proper talent, and we took her from nothing, absolutely nothing. She was throwing kicks at one point in the ring, freaking out, to winning the Open Welsh Fest, and that was probably the best I've had as a coach. To be part of that, it was a bit that was a bit special, yeah.
Yeah. There's another question just made me think of now. Do you know, like you said the Open Welsh title end, so that's obviously for the Red Welsh Fest. WABA for a while, the Welsh Amateur Boxing Association, were giving out for a while. If you won the novice championships, they'd also give a red vest.
Yeah.
Then they went through a while of giving you a white T-shirt. Then they had a certificate. And I'm not quite sure what they're giving out now, but
fucking lollipop or whatever.
But personally, I think though that the senior Welsh vest or the red vest should be only for. Well, it shouldn't be for the novices, is what I'm trying to say. There should be an alternative for the novice winners. Just to keep the red Welsh vest special.
I think they're giving out belts now because I've seen the English ABA championships and they give out belts, and I pretty much think the Welsh would probably copy them, but it'd be a shitty, cheaper version of the belt. But no, I think like when I was an amateur growing up, it was like the Welsh vest was like a big thing, you know. You're only allowed to wear the Welsh vest. Like we were told going to like competitions if you were the Welsh champion for that year. So say you won it in like 2001. If it was 2002, you couldn't wear that vest again. So that's what like the standard we'd set. So you'd see boys thing. I had a couple of Welsh vests. I had a couple of Welsh vests given to me for representing Wales as well, rather than just winning the championship. You'd get a Welsh vest for boxing for Wales as well. And what was the other one then? The boys club. But the novice championships, they changed it. There was the Western Division novice championships, and I think I only got a fucking certificate for that or something.
In my opinion, right, I don't think there should be a novice championship. You enter the Open Championship if you're good enough. You think you could be one of the best fighter your weight category in Wales, whether you've had 3 fights or 15 fights. If you're good enough, you'll win it. But again, it's down to the coaches at the same time. If they think you're good enough and ready, then they should enter you. They should be able to judge if you're ready. If you've had 3 fights and win the Open, you're a special talent. You could pick the special. It'd make it easier for the Welsh team to pick their fighters as well. And I think if there was no novice championships, novice, for people who don't know, you can only enter if you've had between 0 and 5 fights. Now, the difference between having 0 fights and 5 fights is fucking massive. So I don't see how that can be in the same category as well.
I have heard as well of trainers holding fighters back, not letting them fight on club shows to stop them going over 5 fights so they can qualify for the novices.
Yeah, they are. So they got a Welsh Fest. But look, it takes, by having a novice championship and having novice fighters who've had less than 5 fights maximum, walking around with a Welsh Fest on, it should, in my opinion, it shouldn't be. It's a prestigious thing. You are the best fighter in Wales. Simple as that. You shouldn't be. I'm the best fighter, asterisks, who've had under 5 fights. It's bollocks. You're either the best fighter or you're not. Simple as that. And if you're not ready before 5 fights, you wait till you've had 10 or 15 fights.
You could have the Welsh Fest. You could have the Welsh feathers in the middle and in brackets under 5 fights underneath it.
On the back, like a football shirt.
I know boys back in the amateur days, and they couldn't fucking pay to win a fucking fight, and they had walkovers in the championships and the Welsh Fest. Like,
it shouldn't be. Like when my brother was boxing, I think he failed twice and then won on his 3rd time, I think. And that was the main thing he wanted. That was every season. Because he was one of the best about, but he lost in the final twice, I think it was. It gives you a target every season. And it should be the same for every boxer. Not like, I don't think I'll fight in these next 2 shows coming up, because next season I'll still only be on 3 fights, so I can enter the novice. Because that's what they do. A lot of fighters do that. So it should be just one Welsh Fest for every weight category. If you are the best, regardless of how many fights you had, then you'll be the best. You have to prove you're the best. Yeah. And that way there'll be no walkovers or no buys, because there'll be so many boxers entering every weight class. Because at the moment, some get buys where there's not enough people in the category, because some have been held off for novice. You won't have that issue. So, yeah. But I'm not in amateur boxing anymore, because I'm fucking out.
Right then, boys. I know you're looking very tired there, James, but you up for a quiz?
Yeah, go on, let's do it.
Boxing MMA quiz.
Let's go.
Right, let me try and find it on my laptop here for a second.
What was I going to say? Will Smith and Pizzagate. Let's talk about that.
What are you on about? Like, Pizzagate has been debunked years ago, right? So what's happened now with Will Smith?
Some guy smart and said Will Smith raped him as a kid. Genuine.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
I know, but I heard, right, years and years ago, I watched this video. I can't remember what it was on, and it was saying that Will Smith and his missus are actually gay, but they do marriage convenience, and it's like, that's what all these rumors. And I told my missus, and she was like, it's fucking bollocks. I'm like, I'm fucking telling you now, Will Smith's gay. There's a guy he's always with at premiers and stuff. He's his best mate, and they've been sleeping together for years. And it's all going to come out one day. And then this video come up on Twitter, and I was like, out on the living room, I was like, I knew it. No one believed me.
No, what you're saying about Will Smith being gay. I don't know where I heard it, but I heard it somewhere before that he's gay. I don't know where, and I can't. I was on a podcast thing. Something's telling me Bert Kreischer said something about it. So, but I have heard something along those lines before, and not about him and his missus being gay. What's he doing with his phone?
I got to turn the brightness down. My battery's going to die. I can't find my charger.
Oh, sick. I'm prepared as usual.
Just like the Joe Rogan podcaster.
Yeah. Sorry, Elon Musk. We just lost him because his battery's died.
Joe Rogan pays to fly people over to a studio and speak to them about bollocks and smoke weed and drink beer. If you're going to do that, boys, I will have no battery problems. And until then, you just have got.
Well, when this is over, you're more than welcome to come up, catch a taxi. I'll pay off. You can get stoned and steaming out the back garden if you want.
No, I'm off the beer. Yeah.
You see.
Right, it's going to be hands on heads for. That's it. Is we going to hands on heads to first one to answer? Is it?
I thought we had to hit ourselves.
Boom. There, that's what you heads, you buzzer.
That's it. Right. Question 1, boxing. Joseph Lewis Barlow is better known as who? Dai?
Fuck, I don't think I'm going to go with Joe Fraser.
Incorrect.
Fuck, I went my first choice here.
James?
What was his name?
Joseph Lewis Barlow.
I know that in my first. I think. Anyway.
I'm gonna go with Jersey Walcott.
Incorrect. Dai?
Is it Joe Lewis?
Correct. Joe Lewis.
Fuck, that was my first choice. Why did I say Fraser? Fucking fuck.
Right. Oh yeah, his name Joseph Lewis. Yeah, fucking hell.
The answer's there in front of you. Right. Question 2, MMA. Who was the longest winning streak in UFC history, and how long is that streak, James?
Khabib?
Nope. Incorrect. Dai?
I'm gonna go. I think it's a choice between 3, right?
You know, you can only pick one.
No, I know. I will pick one now. Between I think I might be totally off. I think it's between Max Holloway, Anderson Silva,
What?
or who's the other one I just had in my fucking head? Oh, shit, I've lost the fucking name. That's probably the one I'm thinking of. Or Demetrius Johnson. I'm gonna go with Demetrius Johnson.
Incorrect. James?
Longest winning streak in UFC. No. These are most wins. Longest winning streak.
Oh,
GSP?
oh, I know it.
No.
It's Tony Ferguson.
No.
Ah, fuck, no, we could be a all day.
His name is Anderson Silva. With 14 wins, apparently.
I changed it to DJ because I thought he broke the record title defenses, didn't he? So I thought, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Cerrone's got the most wins, isn't he?
In history, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's just
overtook fights. He might have the most fights.
I think he overtook Bisping in most wins.
Did he? Might
be
right. Might be right.
All right, boxing. Joe Calzaghe held at super middleweight the WBO, WBC, WBA, and IBF and Ring Magazine titles. Who did he beat to win those titles? James?
This is a bit of a false. What, each individual belt?
Yeah.
Chris Eubank for the WBO.
Yeah.
Jeff Lacey for the IBF.
Yeah.
Mikhail Kessler for the WBA and WBC.
Yeah. And Ring Magazine. That
was the light heavyweight one?
No, super middle.
That was Kessler as well, wasn't it? Yeah, first. It wasn't, was it?
No. Dai, don't jump in there.
Let me think. Was that Jeff Lacey as well?
Yeah, Jeff Lacey.
Can I give a bonus point for the...
Actually, you're putting doubt to my mind, actually, James. I'd have to check that. I'm sure. I'm sure it's Jeff Lacey. I'm pretty sure it's Jeff Lacey.
It might be because I'm sure at the time, Calzaghe was ranked first, Sven Othka was second, and Jeff Lacey was third, and sometimes the Ring Magazine, exceptional circumstances, will do the first and third.
Yeah.
But if Dai's right, then no, I was definitely not.
Right. MMA. Who was the first fighter to defeat Chuck Liddell inside the octagon? James?
I'm going to say, in the octagon. Twat. What's his name? Rashid Evans?
No.
No, it's not. It's, I know this. Fuck. I don't think it is Randy Couture. I think it was before that he got. Is it Vito Belfort?
No. James?
Rampage Jackson.
No.
Is it Randy?
No.
You know this.
Oh.
Fuck's sake.
James?
Wanderlei Silva.
No.
Oh, we're just going to name people he's fought now, just in a row. Like,
I'm gonna know this. It's fucking.
I've never heard this guy before in my life, to be honest with you. Not that it means a lot with MMA and stuff, but
His first name.
Jeremy.
Jeremy Owen.
Yeah,
Fucking
Jeremy
hell.
on.
Yeah, Jeremy Owen's good. Yeah. It's like UFC fucking 17 or something like that, wasn't it?
I haven't got the details on it.
I think so.
Right, boxing. Wales has had. Go on, Dai.
No, I just. You bang. No, go on.
Wales has had 11 world boxing champions. Can you name them all? James. So every time you have one wrong, it goes to the other person. So James.
Stephen Robinson.
Yeah, 1,
Barry Jones.
2,
Lee Selby.
yeah,
Enzo McNally.
yeah,
Joe Calzaghe.
yeah.
I can't remember what I fucking said now. Jimmy Wild.
Yeah,
Was he on your list? Did he
yeah,
count?
Jimmy Wild, yeah.
How many have I got?
6. Can't do my fingers.
Oh, Robert Regan.
Yeah, yeah, Robbie Regan, yeah. So you got 4 left. 4 left.
Fucking hell.
Two
Are we missing it?
quite obvious ones and 2 tricky ones.
Too obvious.
I can't think now. Oh no, I have to pass it over. I think.
Go on and die.
I'm just thinking of people who challenged.
But there's 2 you're going to kick yourselves, so I'll mention.
Oh, are you counting WBU as well?
No. Just
Oh, fuck.
the main 4.
What are you going to say? Tackle.
World champion.
This guy held. Go on, sorry.
Howard Winston one, was he? Is that the one in there? That's a statue of him, isn't it?
Howard Winston, yeah, featherweight, yeah, WBC featherweight.
Yeah, knowledge.
And there's 3 more, I think.
3 more, I think you said. Yeah.
One it obvious, or
There's one that's obvious, and unless James said so many at the start, I might have missed one out. My brain might not be able to take them all in.
Johnny Owen didn't win, did he?
No.
I'm out of fucking game.
Right. You're not going to get the early 2, I don't think, you. First ever Welsh champion, Percy Jones.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got that, but I do know who he is. Yeah, I got it.
World lightweight champion between 1914 and 17 was Freddie Welsh.
I wouldn't have got it.
Did you say Gavin Rees?
Oh my god! Oh, how did we get that?
Jesus,
Oh,
Gavin gets regularly mentioned on his podcast. You forgot him.
fuck's sake.
come on, that's fucking up for shit, I know, isn't it?
And one more, I don't think was mentioned. Nathan Cleverley.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh,
I know. Fuck. I don't matter, 7.
Yeah, it don't matter. Right. Last question, MMA. Name the winner of Season 5 of The Ultimate Fighter. Right?
Nate Diaz.
Yes, correct.
Boom. And he beat Manny Gamburian in the final, I think it was. Was it Manny Gamburian? Yeah, I think it was. He popped the shoulder out.
That's
I
all,
can name,
all I got is a name, so I don't know.
I can name this Season 1 winner of Big Brother, if that helps.
Big.
Yeah. Season 2.
We got a specialist round now.
One.
Is it Big Brother?
No, a couple of months ago we had the specialist round for James for the Star Wars. So we're going to give Dai a specialist round now on fridges and freezers.
Oh, don't do this. Oh, no. You'll embarrass the fuck out of me.
Right.
I'm stealing a living as it is.
according to Google, what company makes the best fridges in 2020 or the best selling?
Oh, fucking hell.
I didn't even know a fucking... Oh,
I don't know that. That's
Go on, James.
Hot point. Hot
No.
point.
Echo.
No.
Well, this has fuck all to do with my job, mate. You'd be
Dyson.
better off getting a
No.
guy from fucking Curry's in you.
This company is better known for making mobile phones and fridges. James?
Samsung.
Samsung, yeah, that's it. Well done. Question 2 on fridges and freezers. When were refrigerators first invented for home use? What year? James? And I give it within 10 years. What, sorry?
1923.
Yes, 1913. Just within 10 years.
Oh, Dai's got it.
And the last question on the specialist round. What is the most expensive, and I'll give it within $5,000, what is the most expensive domestic fridge in the world cost? James?
5,652,000. And it's Kanye West's.
No, go on, James. Dai.
120,000.
No, less.
60.
Less.
Are you talking domestic, you said, yeah?
Yeah, domestic. An Italian company makes it.
Fucking hell.
If
Is
it's
it
any,
Ferrari?
no, if it's any help, the name of the fridge is called the La Combusta.
Combusta.
Probably rings a bell for you, Dai.
No, none at all. £16,000.
No,
£3,000.
bit higher.
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 20 grand.
Higher.
Fuck, I don't know. Go on.
$41,500.
What the fuck do you get for that? 41.5 grand.
My
it's
fridge
ma-
better go shopping for me.
It's massive.
Right.
It's the size of a car, basically.
Yeah, if I'm paying 41 grand for a fridge, I better open it and there just better be food there. I don't want to fucking.
I went up my auntie's house and I looked at her fridge. And there's like a screen on the fridge. Sort of can't see the iPad, but about an iPad. Now, if she goes, you can press it and you can see what's inside the fridge without opening the door, right? And if she goes shopping, she can dial in on her phone and it'll show her the inside of her fridge. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, do you know what she should do as a joke? Put like a fake severed head in there. And then when you come over, and then when you come over and you press what's inside there, there's like a head of someone and you're like, oh my God.
Just show it to people. What's in my fridge?
Right. I've got 2% battery, so I'm going to have to leave you.
All right,
I'll
bud.
find a charger. Enjoyed that. Let's do another one weekend or something.
Yeah, there we are. All right, mate. Okay.
Nice.
Ciao, James.
Nice boys.
Ciao,
mate.
do you have anything else, Keith?
No, I think that's it, mate. I'm going to. I've commandeered the ironing board again, so I'm not sure if my missus wants to do some ironing. But
Send it over my house. But just before we go, obviously subscribe to this channel, Turn the Lights Out YouTube, and leave us a review. I think that's quite important to boost us up the search engines and stuff on YouTube. Download the KOTV app in a key.
Yeah, download the KOTV app, 100% free. Loads of boxing content on there.
And if you pick certain fights, you'll see my head in the audio. A couple of them. I told you about it before, didn't I? When I used to work nights, I walked in the canteen, looked at the TV at 2 o'clock in the morning. I thought, that's me. And I see me walking, and Chris Ware with Frankie Boatu was on the TV, and I was like, that's fucking me.
I think that fight has been put on the KOTV Twitter page now and the Facebook page. Yeah,
you put one up the other day, and Enzo's fight, and I was.
That's it. Yeah, the Enzo fight. Yeah.
It's a great channel. That is so. Yeah, KOTV, leave us a review.
Am I right in saying as well, if there's anyone who wants to come on the show, drop your message?
Yeah. You know what we like. We fucking useless. But if you want to come on, then Zoom is perfect. I mean, even if like Lily can't do it, and me and you just do it with the guest or whatever. If you can't do it, I can't do it, whatever it may be. Do
you notice us now talking? There's no static when it's just two of us.
So I noticed that I heard less, only now and then, but I heard less when I put my headphones on as well.
Yeah.
But, quick mention before we sign off. Do you see that mad bastard Chris Jones?
Yeah.
Get out.
What's that about, like?
I know, he's going up the mountain. I know he listens. He's going up Ben Nevis. I was like, oh, great. Scaffold pipe didn't work out because of the weather. But then the next thing, I looked on Facebook, and it was nearly dark, and he's going, I've got my head torch, and I'm going up Snowdon. I was like, oh, fuck no. We're never going to see him again. I texted, I was going to sleep. I thought, it's fucking pitch black, and it's blowing a gale up there, and he's at fucking Mount Snowdon. I texted him. I don't know what time. It was late. It was gone midnight, I think. I texted, I said, are you still alive? He didn't text me back for like 24 hours. I was like, oh, fuck. But, yeah, the mad bastard tried going up Snowdon in the fucking dark. Definitely. I wouldn't do it. I climbed Snowdon, and it was hard work and dangerous in the daytime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't see where you're going. But, yeah, shout out to him. That's fucking mental.
Yeah,
But, yeah, so sign up to TTLO TV, give us a review, and thanks for everyone that's given me a message this week. It's they've all been read. I've replied to all of them, and quite surprising, like the amount of people who messaged me and got in touch. So I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll email the audio over to you tomorrow morning, probably.
Yeah, no rush, mate. Sounds
all right, mate. Brilliant. Cheers, guys. Thank
yeah, ta-ra, mate. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.
What's dark web, and that's for fucking pedos and stuff, isn't it?
We lost 2 of our listeners. 4 left now.
I had Alistair over him to win by knockout.
It was nice and fucking straight until you fucking touched it.
You said chuck the Dell on the hip.
Yeah, you got a bad hip.
Get down, baby.
Let's go podcast. Woo!
Are we podcasting now?